Okay, yes, it did. I did save the stream information. Hello! We're live. I know I said I was going to go live yesterday, but I didn't. I am so sorry. And I know I said we were probably going to play Skyrim today, but I changed my mind. Okay. I know we didn't get far into this show, so I'm trying to make it so I can see both the chat and the game. So we'll do this. Now, if you do notice slowdowns, I'm sorry. This is the last match we played. I believe our Backlash pay-per-view is this week, and then a Saturday night's main event 2 weeks later. Why? This is the default calendar, by the way. So why are we having Backlash, then no pay-per-view, then a pay-per-view, another pay-per-view with a 2-week build to Night of Champions, and then Evolution? Oh, then we have these two. Whatever. Let's just go with it. Oh, hold on. No. Do that. Mostly because I don't really... Oh. Seems like everything's working fine. Oh yeah, there's the slowdown I don't miss. I honestly thought about just doing WWE 2K25 Universe mode. Just because. The game works a hell of a lot better. People go, well, you could just run with no crowd. That's not going to help the slowdown. Excuse me. Oh. Well, I gotta get used to using a Switch controller. Yep. I kind of figured that would happen. Oh boy. Ooh. Yeah, no, now I know why I just kind of stopped after that match. Just holy cow. There's definitely a slowdown, and it could be because I'm running on Linux. I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, no. I don't like that. Yeah, people are like, "Oh, what's your problem with the game?" I'd be like, "Well, first of all, on PC, it really doesn't run well. At least on my current setup, which I mean, if we get through the pay-per-view, I'll be happy and I'll call that a stream, but chances are I might switch to something else. I don't know. Still thinking like I'm using like my Steam Deck here. Oh, come on. I fucking hate the fatigue system in this game. People say it's the stamina system. No, that purple bar indicates fatigue. Yeah, I can't. I cannot. I can't be bothered to... I might finish this show. I don't know. I might go back to WWE 2K25 because that'll at least run at a solid frame rate and... Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Ooh. Anyway. Okay. You know what? We'll just do a normal match. Yeah, I'm just doing literally the rivalry matches. Like I said, if we can get through... If we can get through Backlash, I don't really care about NXT, but I know we have the draft over the coming weeks, so none of the matches look really interesting. So we've got Punk versus Rollins, Usos versus Dragon and AJ, Julia versus Alexa, Michin versus Jade Cargill, I think it's Fraxium versus the Wyatt Six, Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch, Ilja Dragunov versus Carmelo Hayes. Is that really the main event? Well, by George, yes it is, and it's an Iron Man. You know what? Oh, I didn't turn off entrances. Okay, cool. Whatever. But yeah, I thought about going back to WWE 2K25, going back a year, and then doing that. Because to me, that game just runs better, and I can... It isn't like a noticeable slowdown. Yeah, I'm still going to have the input problems because I'm using a Switch controller over like an Xbox controller. And that's the button layout I'm used to. So, yeah, no, our our stream may only be like an hour to an hour and a half. But I will also just... I'm going to set down my controller quick and... Yeah, that's the thing. I was literally going through going, I could play WWE 2K25. The game runs fat, like, it runs a solid frame rate. I think it runs between 45, like 60, I think. I haven't benchmarked it, but I could. So, yep. All right. Let's think here. I didn't even look at the outcomes for the rivalry or for this match, so the rivalry outcomes. So, and I already don't like this. Yeah, you guys can see it's not going very fast. It's going probably between 25 and 30. Uh-huh. Yeah, I already am not a fan of this because it's like... you can notice the slowdown, and I don't think getting rid of the crowd will do anything. So, you know what? I want to just show you guys what I mean. So you guys have seen how WWE 2K26 functions. Yes, I'm quitting mid-match because I can't stand the freaking lag. I can't. Like, as much as I wanted to, like, trying to endure the lag, I can't. It's noticeable. It makes me angry. To the point I don't even want to play the game on stream anymore. I literally want to go back to WWE 2K25 because that actually runs properly. Or runs as close to proper as possible. Blech. I can't speak English today. But yeah. While I'm doing this, we will go to my dashboard, and we will go back to 25, not 26. Because, I mean, I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna sit and battle through frame rate drops that equate, because I think it's running below 30 when you see those frame drops. I'm okay with 30, but it's got to be a consistent 30. I will even show I will create a new universe mode before we go in. Because I want to show you guys what I mean. New do classic. Okay. So let me show you guys what exactly I mean. I have to like adjust the window here. I'm gonna make sure that everything is the stream information is correct. Yes, it is. So there. So I just created a brand new universe. Like, I haven't messed with it. And yeah. So let me set everything back up the way I need it to be there, and then we click that. Who are the champions at the moment? Gunther, Breaker, Viking Raiders, Rhea Ripley. Okay. Uh-oh. I jinxed it. I think. Because now the game's not working. Are you freaking kidding me? Hold on. It is not responding, and I don't know why. I literally just played this less than an hour ago, and it worked just fine. I don't like having to process the Vulkan shaders every time I load into the game. But yeah, and people will sit there and go, what the heck are you doing? And you say, well, I'm trying to show a bearable streaming experience for playing a wrestling game. And apparently that's hard to do. So, excuse me. Let's see if it breaks again. Oh. Why? Hold on. Because I'm guessing it didn't save. Because the damn thing actually crashed, essentially. So we're going to back out. We're going to make sure it saves just in case it breaks again. The joys of running Linux, guys. I promise you. Okay. So it's loaded. Okay. That time it worked. What the hell? So we're going to get through this first week. And I'm going to skip the entrances, and people say, you say there isn't a slowdown? I'm like, I don't think there is. Oh, I know what the slowdown's caused by. Potentially. If there is one, it's probably my CPU. I keep thinking that X is where the Y button is on the Switch controller, but it's actually on the top of the button layout. Actually, no, this seems to be running somewhat smoothly. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this just seems to be running a lot smoother. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I think my irritation comes from it'll run fine, and then it will just the performance will drop off a cliff for upwards of 30 seconds to a minute. So I don't know. I didn't realize that that would cause the manager to like literally start trying to chew me out. Out of stamina, and then that almost kind of reminded me of Goldberg's spear, just with the jump and then that little animation there. Wait, where did my chat go? There's my chat. There it is. Yay! Chat's back. I can see chat now. My question is, will JD McDonough get himself ejected from ringside? We'll have to wait and see, won't we? And then off the ropes. Power slam. And we're going to do another spear. And we're going to pin. Okay, there was no rivalry there. Then we have a women's tag match. Okay, so I'm gonna grab something to drink real quick, cause we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 matches on the card tonight. Okay. Excuse me. And I haven't messed with the universe mode at all, so I haven't went through and seen how many matches are on each show. But we do have a couple rival actions tonight. We have this match, which I'm assuming will be a women's tag kind of rivalry, and then we have our main event, which is a rival action between Jey Uso and Seth Rollins. So I will be right back. It probably shouldn't take me more than a couple seconds, but yeah. Gonna make sure. Okay. The mic is lit up, not the desktop audio. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. I actually want to do something real quick before we continue. I want to compare the performance rating of oh my gosh. I think it's in extras and then we benchmark. I want to compare. I know the grade for WWE 2K26 was like a B, and I'm assuming since my CPU is probably being used by not only the game but Firefox and OBS, that could have an effect on it too. But like even playing like WWE 2K26 off the air on PC, there was noticeable slowdown enough for me to just go, I don't want to play this anymore, like on stream, out of frustration. But I do want to see what the performance is. So this takes a couple minutes, and you know, average 54, minimum 26, maximum 60. It's a lot better because I know the minimum for 26 was 21. The average was about 55 frames a second, which isn't bad. And for people going, why do you say that you don't like playing 2K26, but you'll play 2K25? I'd be like, so honestly, I might just sim the multi-man matches, like if there's ever like a 6-man Hell in a Cell, just because. Excuse me. Yeah. Just because I don't want to deal with the like any potential substantial frame rate drops. I know in WWE 2K26 when those slowdowns happened, we were at roughly like 20 frames per second, which is not good. It does not make for a watchable stream experience for me, so. Now, if the game natively ran at 20 frames, like a Super Nintendo game or anything like that, that would be fine. You know. However, since we're not doing that, I kind of want it to be where you don't see the performance kind of stutter a bit. And as you guys can see, the performance right now honestly is running very, very well. So, yeah, I don't know. I need to find my Twitch chat here. The only thing I don't like about streaming on a single monitor is I can't I actually have to make sure I can see chat. Okay. I really shouldn't use the instant recovery. Okay. Oh. I hit the wrong button again. I might introduce some legends into this universe mode this time. Just because it's fun and we technically don't have a draft. Because that's not a mechanic in this game. In earlier games it was. I had an idea at one point to stream an even older WWE game, but then I realized I don't have a Linux compatible capture card. Mm-hmm. And besides, I'd much rather play WWE 2K25. They don't have nearly as many mini games. And I know people go, well, what's that supposed to mean? They don't have like a crap ton of like a match opening mini game. They have a couple that have been around for a couple of years, like the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens deal that they did almost every time they had a match. I don't even know what El Grande Americano's finisher is in this game. I don't know. That's the problem. Oh, it's the ankle lock. Should have guessed. Because this is like, I'm pretty sure he was introduced shortly after he debuted. So, chair attack save. Okay. So then I know what I have to do. They have to win. It would make sense. It would. This would set up for the tag match at the pay-per-view this week, I guess. Because apparently we've decided that we won't start the night after WrestleMania. We'll start the month after WrestleMania. Because WrestleMania was what, usually it was mid to late April. Or like, I think the older games actually had you start in March, and then they had WrestleMania at the end of April. usually, so it's like, okay, I can live with that. Realistically speaking, though, if I actually did an old school WWE universe mode with like WWE 2K, I have 13. I have WWE 13, 14, 2K15, and I don't know if the other games will actually work on PC very well. But for like console games, I have like actually wait a minute. Let me look here. I've got WWE 12, 13, 2K14, 15, and I've even got SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 and 2011. So, I think I even have the Xbox 360 version of WWE 2K17. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I wanted this stream to be longer than 10 minutes. And I figured, I'm like, well, if WWE 2K26 doesn't work, I'll play WWE 2K25. So, that's what we're going to do today. Oh, my phone just went off. But yeah. Nah. Today is gonna be a warm day, honestly. Because I think I read like 90. Alright. Oh, the ref's distracting. Oh, never mind then. Good lord, my phone's going off. I may have to grab it. Okay. What is your finish? Swanton. Okay. Yeah. Part of the reason I was like, okay, Alba has to win is because this cutscene would set up for a potential match at Backlash, which I think, according to this calendar, is the upcoming Saturday. Okay, let's look at the rival action. Oh! Oh! Okay then. But I'm gonna go grab my phone since we're not really doing anything, so I will be right back. All right. Let's do that. Let's do this. Yeah, I kind of saw that and I went, oh, really? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a WrestleMania 40 rematch. Well, this makes the most sense for this outcome. Not what I wanted to do, but yeah, you can tell there's a bit of Jesus. Everybody's freaking going live today on Twitch. I want to get this match over with, even though I know that's not going to happen. I'm surprised they didn't do the roll-up thing where you roll, like you get in a roll-up and then you reverse the roll-up 3 times. Well, I was going to do a dive to the inside, but I don't know if he can do that. Keep an eye on the count here. Oh, come on, combo breakers. Can you not work? Are you not working? And then Seth just stands there. Like a dum-dum. And then... yeah, I love how, like, Do Not Disturb on Discord doesn't actually work sometimes. Like, it works on desktop, but not on mobile. And that's because the web application was developed first. I don't know why they haven't made it so it works on mobile, but that's another question for yet another day. But yeah, I can tell you the game just during the actual match, outside of maybe like the initial 30 seconds, because it's probably trying to render, or I wouldn't say render, but it's loading in a bunch of things, and it's like, oh, you know, you're gonna do. Yeah, I love how that didn't even knock him over, but whatever. Damn, I hit X again thinking it's Y. Son of a bitch. Okay, and then I think I can do... I don't know... I don't even know what Jay's back suplex, neck breaker, and a running hip attack. Yeah, I love how, you know, sometimes you can fight out of it, sometimes you can't. I oh no, I didn't. Man, just pin me. Yeah, I love how you now just lay there and you corpse for about 3 seconds, and they will sometimes beat you to standing up. I just like people are like, oh, do you not like that it went with Jey Uso versus Gunther? I'd be like, yeah, no. Like, yeah, I didn't think. I don't know. I didn't think Jay's World Championship run was anything to write home about. So, it wasn't great. It wasn't long if you sit and think about it. But it was just long enough for you to remember it. And to remember that it happened. But yeah. No, that's my opinion. It happened, and it was just long enough for you to remember that it happened. So, I think we're going to have Gunther go on a tear here. And just go through anyone and everyone until maybe SummerSlam. Maybe even Money in the Bank. Because I had an idea where, yeah, I'm just kind of simming through the shows I don't really care to play. There aren't matches that I want to play on SmackDown right now, so we'll just go through Backlash. So, we've got first match, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Kairi Sane and Asuka versus Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, LA Knight versus AJ Styles, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark versus Bianca and Naomi for the women's tag titles, Charlotte versus Jade Cargill, the Judgment Day versus Viking Raiders, Gunther versus Jey Uso in our main event. I have made it known where I stand. I think Rhea is the world champion, so we'll have her retain this time, and we'll set up a proper rivalry for her. Going out of Backlash on the back end of the show here. But yeah, I didn't think Jey Uso's title reign was necessarily all that great. I thought that it was. I don't think he was ready. But I get the crowd being behind him and striking while the iron's hot. Um, I don't think people were very happy. It's like Cody losing the world title to Drew at the Royal Rumble, and then I think it was Royal Rumble, and then winning it back before Mania. It was like, are you kidding me? Um, yeah, I didn't think that championship reign really did anything other than, you know, I feel like Jay's probably a good mid Carter, better tag guy. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know. I just think that, like, the match that they had at Mania 40 was not anything. It wasn't. I was. What the hell? My train of thought was on Jimmy versus Jey Uso, and that wasn't a match that people really enjoyed at Mania 40. And then the following year, they're like, hey, we're going to have Jimmy versus Gunther, which I thought was a decent match or a decent build to Mania. I thought this year was just lackluster. The build to this year's Mania, and I almost want to know what they're going to do for Mania in Saudi coming up this next year, because from everything I've heard, the Rumble just, I don't know. I'm not able to watch the Rumble because I don't have the ESPN whatever, you know. So it's like I can't watch the Royal Rumble at this point, even though I really want to. Because I wanted to watch the Royal Rumble so bad. I also wanted to watch WrestleMania because that's, you know, their biggest show of the year. You know? And Rhea should retain off of this. God, I hope so. And she does. Because there are times they'll use that resiliency and then they'll kick out of the next move you do that you try to pin them with. So yeah, so we've got the Judgment Day versus the Viking Raiders and Gunther versus Jey Uso, which I have a plan for these. We're either gonna draft Jay to SmackDown and then put the Usos in a rivalry with the Judgment Day, kind of do a Judgment Day bloodline thing, because I thought that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, titles may not change hands tonight, but you know what? We'll make this. We'll make one title change hands. Tonight, but that's, I don't know. We'll wait and see. Because the question is, where do you go from here? Like, what is And the one thing I need to ask myself is, what is next? What is the next pay-per-view we're building towards here? But yeah, you do notice the slowdown, but then it picks up, and I don't really notice the slowdown all that much in WWE 2K25. Right, so now we're going through and just trying to do Backlash, and I kind of do want to take a look and see what the next pay-per-view is, because we might make it so that, hey, we're gonna set up a rivalry. If Jay is a champ, or if Jimmy's a champion, we're gonna have him lose the belt at a pay-per-view. Then we're gonna draft him over to Raw, or we'll draft Jay over to SmackDown after the championship match tonight. But yeah, that's the next question you ask yourself. Where do you go from here? What do you do? What matches do you have? You know? Jesus. Hold on, I'm just gonna take care of some notifications right now. Okay. Yeah, no, I got a notification that Asman went live. There's a bit of slowdown that I know I'm a bit delayed on that, but I'm pretty sure if you watch the VOD, you'll notice when the slowdown hits. Let's see if I can get them. Nope. It's not what I wanted to do, but that's cool. Excuse me. Whoa. And then, whoa. Alrighty then. Off the ropes you go, and we'll hit with a strike, and there. But yeah, no. It's one of those, I just kind of am sitting here going like, yeah, what is the next pay-per-view is my next question. And they may not win, but that's fine. But, we'll wait and see. We're going to finish the show, and then I will kind of get a plan together of what rivalries, if none of them continue, which I doubt. And I kind of do want to do at least a Saturday Night's Main Event on a month that there isn't a pay-per-view. Because I think that's how that used to work, was there'd be a Saturday Night's Main Event every few months and get you out of your corner and into the opposing corner. And of course that's a hammer throw. But, you never know. Alright. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. I don't actually remember their team name. I think it's like Dawn and Fire or something like that. Alright. I think she's still got the resiliency. There it is. It's just been used. Do they have a tag finish? I guess I won't find out. And these tag matches are going to take forever. Come on. I don't want to have a 45-minute tag match because I really don't want to have a 45-minute tag match because these... Oh my god, I was walking away from you. I love some of these hitboxes sometimes. I mean, if they don't win, I'll throw them back into a feud. What are you doing? God, I hate when the AI does that. You throw them into the corner and then suddenly it's like, oh, you want to like try and tag me in so we can try and finish this thing? No, we're gonna punch him in the back of the head. The Unholy Union is their team name. Okay, cool. And then we have LA Knight AJ Styles, a women's tag team championship match. Charlotte and Jade. JD, the Judgment Day versus Eric and Ivar and Gunther. And I kind of want to build up LA Knight so that he can win a championship. Even because I want to do that. I want to start building him up, getting him wins, because I want him to be a champion. So bad. And I think getting him big wins over, like, AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, getting him a couple of wins, maybe even a championship or two, whether it's singles or tag team competition. I kind of want to have a back and like if this turns into a rivalry that gets extended, perfectly fine. We've got time. How is that not a rope break? My foot was under the rope. And people say, it's no holds barred. And that's probably why it didn't count as a rope break, because Christ. I'm trying. I hate having to do combo breakers, and it just not. I didn't like them back then. I don't care for them now. I wanted to grab something. Come on. I know I said I wouldn't use that instant recovery. But I'm sorry, I had to. Yeah, and then they use it because it's like, oh, let's just, let's just do that because it's a thing we can do. Let's get some weapons and let's head back to the ring. No, I remember, like, in wrestling games when you used to literally, like, there would be some semblance of, hey, you've taken damage. It's going to take you a minute to get up this ladder. It's going to take you a minute to get up because you've been beaten up so dang bad. Whereas this game's like, no. You can get up if you have enough momentum built up in your signature meter to do whatever the heck you want. Oh yeah, no, I totally did not want to hit him with my signature at all. I think I'm going to need to do more damage to him. So, I mean, if I have to hit a couple BFTs, I believe it's called. People go, you're not a real wrestling fan. You don't know. I don't keep up with it anymore at this point. Like, Raw seems formulaic because there's usually a 10-minute promo outside of entrances to do the promo, and then there's like a couple of matches with a bunch of backstage segments and commercials. So, I mean, let's see if I can get him to use his resilience. There it is. Let's end it. Let's. Whoa! Alright. There we go. One, two, three. Came out on top over AJ Styles at the end of their run. Cool. I couldn't care less. Whoa. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I couldn't care less. Still couldn't care less. Or I could care less. No, I couldn't care less is accurate if I'm saying I don't care, I think. Cool. And then we want Gunter. And I think this will be our last match, and then I'm gonna head off for the day. Oh boy, gotta love summertime. It's already probably like 80 something outside already, so people go, you're gonna have Gunter beat Jay. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna have Gunter beat Jay just because I know. If I give Jay a singles championship, it'll probably be the Intercontinental belt. My opinion, I think they should have given him some time with the Intercontinental Championship belt and not thrown him into the world title picture. Do what they did with Austin, Steve Austin, when he got over big. They gave him the IC title. Yeah, his reign was like abruptly ended because he had that broken neck. And then he entered the Royal Rumble, won the Rumble. And then went on to main event WrestleMania and win against an ailing Shawn Michaels who had a bad back at the time. Yes, I'm targeting the legs because he also has that splash that he can use. Oh, are you kidding me? Did you really just decide, like, I'm gonna jump up like I haven't taken any damage at all? Because you know, all I need to do... Now what? Who went live on Twitch is the better question I should be asking. Alright. So we've gotten that taken care of. And I missed that. And this is before the whole career killer or career ender, basically becoming the modern day legend killer. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna have Gunther retain the title at Backlash. I kind of want him to hold it till at least Money in the Bank. Oh, I thought the chicken wing, the crossface chicken wing was his other finisher. So we didn't get to see any of the victory motions, unfortunately. I think we will call it here for right now. May come back later. I'm not exactly sure. So we don't have any rivalries going on right now, huh? We'll do Braun Breaker versus, you know what? Do we do Braun Breaker versus Austin Theory? Or do we do... So, actually, I have an idea. Hold on. First thing we need to do, first thing I want to do is this. We are going to edit show. Because I think, to me, this is the easier way to just... Oh. No. I think what we're going to do is we are going to find Jacob Fatu. If I do bring in legends, that's not off the table. Jey Uso, where's Jimmy? Edit. Assign show. We're gonna move him over to Raw. Okay. What version of John Cena do I want? Do I want... And we'll put him on both Raw and SmackDown, because I think he was kind of making... He could be on either show. And I actually do have a... I want that match to happen. And then for the Intercontinental Championship, we're going to have Braun Breaker versus Kofi Kingston. And then for the world title, we'll have Gunther go up against Austin Theory. No. I want Gunther But who do I want him to face? You know what? We'll have Gunther versus Rey Mysterio. And then, of course, I did say we were going to have a proper rivalry for Rhea Ripley going out of the pay-per-view. So why not this? For now. We're starting them all at low because these are brand new rivalries. And this is where we will pick up next week. Or next time we stream this. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all had fun. Sorry for cutting the WWE 2K26 portion of this short, but holy cow, that performance was not great. So, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.